So with the advancement in technology, I don't think that we will ever run out of space. This generation, like we call them Gen Zs, there's no way they will be computer illiterate.
Okay.
For a data center, you need, say, almost 100% uptime.
Hi, good people. Welcome to this new episode of the Macha Connect show. I told you that this is a show which covers the entire of this town. Of course, it's the biggest show in this town. Here we focus on matters pertaining business, religion, and social life. And today we are having a technology episode. Now, let me introduce you to the sponsors of this video. This video has been sponsored by Vintex Technologies. These are dealers in software development. If you need anything to do with graphics design, corporate branding, web designing, CCTV installation, digital branding, and also bulk SMS. And today I'm having the CEO of Vintex Technologies. That is where now we'll be focusing on all what they do in the company, how they do it, and what they normally do, and customer relations, perhaps. So, Mr. Kelvin, we appreciate you for coming to this show. We appreciate your presence here. Now, can you introduce yourself to my viewers, your names and what you do?
Yes, my name is KELVIN MBOTO. I'm the founder of Vintex Technologies. I have also founded a company called Stack Digital. I am basically a technologist, if you can say. If you mention technology, you can count me in.
We understand that one of your most and vital work that you undertake in the company is software and development. Maybe can you brief us what is software and development? Now, for a layman, somebody who doesn't understand. We understand now Gen Z wa today, ama hawa watu wa siku hizi hawaelewi na history ya software development.
Yes, basically software is like an intermediary between the hardware and man. For example, if you have a computer on its own, you can't use it as is. You'll need a software so that you can use its features. So in a layman's language, I would say that software is just an intermediary between machine and man. Yes.
Okay, we understand that from what we have been having, there is a theory that software development is usually a very tedious work, which is so hard, memorizing coding and such. Can you give us a brief introduction of how did you come up with this business of developing softwares?
Well, software development was hard. Right now, software development is not hard. Nowadays, we have things like website builders. If you want a website, even someone who has never done coding before, they can develop a website.
So it's just like a template of developing like a website.
Yes, and now with AI coming in, it's even easier to develop software.
Okay.
But well, as we all know, and I think there's a misconception of some people. They think that at some point computers will take people's work, but I don't think so, because there are things computers can do. There are things AI can't do. The AI itself was created. So as much as we have these website builders and we have this AI, there will always be work for software developers.
These days we're having companies employing large, I may say a big crew of software developers. Do you think that software development or technology is the future?
Well, without technology, I would say the future would be so boring. And with the current trend of man's progress and civilization, I don't see a future where software is not there.
But we can see it's like computers are taking over almost everything. And in modern society, modern situation, we are looking for jobs. Does it mean that now everyone must have the basics of computer to stay viable in the market?
Well, yes, but there won't be much struggle with it, because you see, even with our kids, a kid is like 3 years and they know how to use a phone. So it is, let's say, it's just change of times, and man is always adapting. So in the near future, knowing computer will not be a big deal like it was, like, say, 5 years ago. You would hear someone saying, I want to go and study computer. I want to go and learn Microsoft Word and stuff. Nowadays, with technology, the way it has entered into our communities, that is no big deal. Say, for example, I have my siblings, and they know how to use a laptop. They know how to use the internet.
Yeah.
These things, like 5 years ago, you would have to go to school to study. I think there was a package called internet and browsing. Yeah. But nowadays, you have your phone, so browsing is no big deal. Internet is everywhere. It's no big deal. So the more we are understanding all the trends, the more we have newer trends, and there will always be the old and the new. So there's no way this generation, like we call them Gen Zs, there's no way they will be computer illiterate. It will be very hard.
Okay. But I can see there is a trend which is coming, whereby the old computers, let me say the big CPUs are being replaced by a simple device like this one, where somebody is working from home, is doing something very comfortably from the office. Does it mean now people must shift to web-based software development?
Well, from my point of view, yes, because the aim of doing software development is simplify man's life. Yeah. Actually, that's why we do it anyways. The aim is to computerize. The aim is to make, say, for example, business management easier. The aim is to computerize things, because I would say software development cuts across robotics, engineering, research. Actually, technology is everywhere. So why would you go for a software that only works in your computer when you can have another that works in your computer, your phone, your smartwatch, anywhere you need it?
Okay.
So I think that...
But that also poses a big threat to data and also information and also personal info. What are you doing in regard to that?
See, before computers were not that much in the society, hacking was no big deal.
Yeah.
So for every good thing, there comes a counter bad thing of it. And man is always working on matters security. So as much as we are advancing technology-wise, we are also advancing technology-wise in matters security.
But how secure is, like, for example, trading with Bitcoin, a platform which works purely in the internet? How secure is such kind of thing?
Well, personally, I've not done much of trading with Bitcoins.
Or forex trading.
But I have, what I've done is I've been paid with Bitcoins.
Yeah.
I've done software for international clients, and the fintech industry is not that much advanced currently,
Okay.
because sending money from, say, a country outside Kenya is either not possible or
Yeah.
it's very costly. But now with bitcoins, it gets easier because bitcoins are not country specific. I haven't encountered any challenges doing bitcoins. I have not lost any coin.
Oh.
And the security part of the apps, I think they have worked it very good, because say for example, I'm doing a trade, selling the bitcoins I've been paid with, so that I can get Kenyan money, Kenyan shillings. There are authentication systems that have been put in place. You use your fingerprint. You use a different app. There's an app I use called the Authenticator app.
Okay.
It gives you OTPs that expires, I think, every 30 seconds. So it's very hard to go wrong with this. And if you are going to lose any money, it will be out of you not being careful.
Do you see a time in the future of the world using digital money purely?
Yes, that's where we are heading. Actually, the monetary system that was created before, it pushed man forward to some extent, but it became like a minus for man, because like before we used to lose a lot of money. You'd just be working and you find 1,000 shillings on the floor.
Yeah.
Nowadays, that doesn't happen. So humanity is advancing generally in all corners, technology-wise, financially, and in the future, I see a world where there is financial freedom. You can send any money to anyone, anywhere, without worrying about say limitations, heavy costs, and transaction issues. That's where we are heading, and actually it's our part to play as software developers to get this thing going, because the future should be better, of course, than now.
Oh, okay. There is something which made me quit software development, the open source softwares. During my time, we were doing with C, C++, VB, VBA, and such kind of softwares, platform for developing softwares. But there came a time when these softwares were flooded in the market. If you needed a simple software to do your home duties and such, DRA and such kind of thing, it was readily available. You just download it. So I had to quit this business. Do you see yourself quitting the business of software development? Maybe because there might, but like AI is overtaking things.
Well, personally, for me, coding is fun. So you see, quitting what you do for leisure, it's very hard. I enjoy coding. I just love creating things.
Yeah.
And talking of open source software, yes, there is open source software, but then there's I don't think that there is any wisdom in creating what has been created already.
Okay.
So with new technologies emerging every now and then, AI, being able to integrate AI with software, being able to simplify man's work, I don't think that there is any way that open source software can prevent developers from doing what they do.
What does this guide benefit? What does this guide benefit? By developing a software, you put it online, you don't charge, you don't do anything, or it is somebody who is doing something for fun.
Yes, that could be one thing. Well, I don't know any guy who has done that, but fun is a very big driver towards people who do things and give them for free. They enjoy doing it. And number two, like in my coding career, there are in some cases, say for example, I needed a file or rather a snippet. That's a piece of software that I can integrate with my software. Say for example, I want a piece that can give me all the counties in Kenya and all the sub-counties and maybe all the wards. You see, these things are missing.
Yeah.
So I can be motivated to build something like that. That not being my aim, but I'm forced to do it anyways, so that I can continue with my work. So in cases like that where I find a gap in the society, I can just develop it and give it for free so that it can be used by someone else in the future. Actually, it helps cut down the developer's hassle. Say for example, you want to build a software for restaurant management, but your focus is on giving the restaurant more. Say you want to give them AI that can help them advise them on what to stock, what not to restock, what food is going bad so much, such kind of data. It would be easier, instead of starting from scratch to build this software, it would be easier to get an existing piece and build on top of that. So as a software developer, I think it would be good to look at the bright aspect of open source. It is meant to boost you, not to destroy you. Yes.
Today there is something that every person is dependent on, the Chat GPT. Are there code generators like Chat GPT?
Of course, there are many code generators. I've been using many myself, and I would say they are not as perfect as people think they are, because they also make mistakes, and there is also this thing of language barrier understanding. It has been between man and man.
Yeah.
So we expect it to be very high between man and computer. But the biggest percentage of the interaction between the developer and the AI, it is perfect. Despite, so for someone who doesn't understand coding so well, or someone who doesn't know what they want, building anything with purely AI is nearly impossible. You have to understand code so that you can use code generators. We mostly use them as our buddies, I can say. Someone you can code with. They are like, say, assistants.
Yeah.
Because if you want to build something very simple and you know how to do it, then if there's a shortcut, then it saves you time, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
There is a friend of mine who was telling me currently, in the near future, in the coming 10 years, data centers will be the real estate of today. Are you thinking of maybe investing in data centers?
Well, yes, that has ever crossed my mind, and of course I wanted to start, but slowly. I do web hosting and domain names, and with web hosting comes with servers.
Yeah.
So there's a day by day I visited the East African data center.
Okay.
In pursuit for such venture. And well, for me, I don't just go 100% inside. I have to test things first. So my plan, yes, I plan to have data storage, data centers in the near future. Just that I'm doing it piece by piece. Okay. And of course, data centers will be very much useful in the near future, because man is technically generating data. Data. AIs use the data that exists. They are just built to use what is in existence currently.
Can somebody develop a small server where you can host like all data within this town?
Yes, actually, you can even create your own server to host data within your office. It's not a big deal. You just need a small computer, not a very powerful computer per se, but it all gets down to what you want the server for.
for business. Like look at that. Like for example, most of all the websites I have seen for many people around town, they are hosted from either Nairobi or another place. Can we begin like a small server around town? Then we start hosting
Of course,
this information.
that's possible, but there are factors to consider.
Okay.
For a data center, you need, say, almost 100% uptime. So you'll need to be prepared very well electricity-wise. Backups, you need to be sorted. Secondly, internet. You also need an internet that is nearly 100% up.
Okay.
Because if you say host, for example, a software for a supermarket, and people have queued on the line, so it's the rush hour, we have over 100 people waiting on the line to be served, and boom, electricity disappears. So what do you expect in the supermarkets? It's total chaos. So basically, that's why you see data centers being set up in very strategic locations. For example, the East African data center. We have a lot of internet service providers connected there.
Yeah.
A lot. So the chances of internet going down, they're next to zero.
Okay.
Yes.
Today there is evolution of gaming, and gaming has become the fun of every day, and even people are making money in gaming. Have you ever tried developing a software related to gaming?
Well, a while back when I was in university, yes, I tried to create a puzzle game for some guy.
Yeah.
Well, it was my first game to create, so I was learning and developing, which is very possible because I finished the game. It is playable. Well, it was not mine, so I could not upload it. I don't know if the guy uploaded it online or not. But what I can say about gaming is, with the current advancement in technology, we are going into virtual reality.
Yeah.
We are having stronger machines every now and then. We will be having games that are next to reality. Like you won't be able to differentiate if you are in a game or in the real world. And with that future set in place, there is a long way to go in the gaming industry. So if someone wanted to venture into gaming, I would highly advise them and encourage them.
Okay. I was reading the profile of your company. I came across the bulk SMS. How do you do that?
Well, bulk SMS is just like normal SMS. Just that the SMSs are automated.
Yeah.
An example of bulk SMS in work is the way we receive M-Pesa messages after you send money to someone.
Okay.
That is where bulk SMS comes in. We've applied this within some of our software solutions, where, say for example, if it's a software in your shop, you can send receipts to customers instead of writing them the hard copy receipts.
Okay.
You can just send them a receipt in SMS form, and then you find that losing this receipt is next to impossible. So bulk SMS comes into institutions. Say for example, a school.
Okay.
The school wants to send results to parents, the performance of their students, or there's an announcement that is supposed to go to the parents. Bulk SMS comes in an organization, a company, where the company needs to communicate to its staff or its customers about offers. Bulk SMS comes in, and these services we offer them.
Okay.
Yes.
The subscription relatively cheaper, more than our local networks?
Well, bulk SMS, I would say, is, I don't know whether to say it's cheaper or it's expensive, because there's something we call the sender name.
Okay.
The name that comes with the message, say for example, Safaricom, that name, it is purchased independently, and it costs per network. Say for example, in this case, a Safaricom sender ID would go for 7,500.
Okay.
But that is a one-off cost.
Okay.
Once you
One-off
purchase
cost.
the sender
Okay.
name,
Okay.
that's it. What you'll be doing is just recharging SMSs. And there are packages for the SMSs. Say if you want say 100,000 SMSs, you'd be charged very, very low compared to someone who just needs like 50 SMSs. The prices range from 0.8 shillings to 0.4 shillings. I'd say they are very affordable.
So I think this bulk SMS is what these guys are using to defraud others. They use the name like Safaricom or a unique name. Do they really tamper with the internet, or they develop their own software, give it a sender name, then send an SMS to you?
Well, how bulk SMS works is normally like we receive our SMSs on phone.
Yeah.
So for the SMS to come to you, you must have a SIM card.
Yeah.
So bulk SMS uses the normal networks, Safaricom, Airtel, Equitel. It depends with the line you have.
I was talking about fraudsters.
Yes, that's
Have you seen these guys who send an SMS? It's written something specific that you yourself in your mind you know exactly this company or such.
Yes, that's where I was going. And there's this thing I said, sender name. The sender name is regulated by those companies.
Okay.
In layman's language, the SIM card companies,
okay.
the Safaricom, Airtel, they have to authorize those names. And from my own experience, I've seen it they are very careful, because if it's just a sender name, you have to provide documents that show that you really exist.
Yeah.
And say for example, in my case, I have a sender name called Stack.
Yeah.
For my Stack digital company that deals with internet. You will need a certificate of incorporation. You need the registration certificate if you just have a business name registration sort of company.
Okay.
If you don't have those, you will not have the sender name.
Okay.
So there's a lot of carefulness when they register these names.
Have you ever tried an online foreign number?
Calling or
no, like
generating.
There is a time I was verifying Amazon account for a certain friend of mine. Then they were demanding a number from either UK, France. There are those companies those countries which are dealing, they have some bilateral agreement with like USA for like Amazon. So in order to verify, Kenya, there is no bilateral agreement with USA and Kenya in regard to like Amazon and such. So if you have an account and you want to verify, you have to use a number from UK. Have you ever tried a number online? Go search for a free number online whereby you can verify with it in Amazon.
No, I have never done that.
Those ones are still existing. I think you can figure out how you can it can work in Kenya. Try figuring out how it can work in Kenya. Because to verify some like AliExpress and Amazon, it's a very tedious thing. That's why most of the people end up getting conned. Because some of the people will have to call a friend from that country. I need to verify this account. And if anything has to be transacted, it has to be through that person. I think as software developers, have you not come up with something which can help in verification? Other than now trying to use those countries? Or it is the company which demands those numbers?
Yes, it's you see, like say for example, a country has been banned by an organization.
Yeah.
There has been a disagreement between the company and a certain country, and this company cuts off its services in that country. That means that all citizens of that country are not supposed to use their services.
Okay.
So if you decide to just go use them anyways, I think you'll have to deal with the consequences.
Oh.
Yes. So if a certain website is not allowed to be used in a certain country, anyone using that website from that country is, I would say, illegally doing it. That's why you have to get a third party to act as a proxy for you. And there's no other way around it. That is what is.
Okay. These days, everybody is looking for space. What do you think about cloud storage? Will we, the world is growing and everyone is gathering a lot of information, a lot of data, like we are in evolution of video. Everybody is doing video, photos and such. So everybody is looking for cloud space. Will we come to a point whereby we will exhaust this space?
I don't think so. You see, even if you look at technology advancements, I think back then the first computer was so big that it could fit in a room.
Yeah.
Just one computer. Look at nowadays, you can put it in your pocket, on your wrist. So technology is always advancing. Back then, we used to have memory cards. I remember when I was in primary school, having a memory card was, you felt like the boss. And that is a memory card of 1 GB. Nowadays, we have memory cards of 500 GB, and having that memory card is no big deal. So with the advancement in technology, I don't think that we will ever run out of space. We will always have space. The challenge that might come is us having a lot of data.
Okay. Wow, this is good. We appreciate you for coming to this show so that we can discuss. We'll find the time we sit down and talk much more. Now, this opportunity I will give you to now give to our viewers a description of your companies and some of the services that you can offer and how they can get the services, and maybe if somebody has something to talk to you or a query, how they can reach you.
Well, thank you for this opportunity. Like I said, my name is KELVIN MBOTO. I'm the founder of 2 companies. We have Stack Digital that deals with internet and CCTV installation. We also do security systems like intercom systems, biometrics for, say, your offices that we do. We also do internet installation and networking for organizations and schools. As for the internet for homes and offices, we currently have coverage within Machakos town, the sides of Kangundo, Kathiani, Malaa, the side, and we are planning to expand towards the sides of Masi, the sides of Makutano, at the river, heading all the way to Nairobi, the CBD, the capital city. So as for Vintex, we do generally branding that cuts across graphic design, printing of banners, billboards, flyers, everything that can be printed. We do print. Everything that can be branded, we do brand. Aprons, vehicles, even if you have an aeroplane, we will brand it for you. We do bulk SMS, as you have had, for schools, organizations, even for politicians. We do bulk SMS for that, as long as the messages you are going to send to people are within standards, and they are not going to bring any issues to the country. As for software development, we have custom-made solutions for businesses. We have a software called Showman. It is online. You can just go sign up and check it out. It is basically a point of sale system or a business management system for any kind of business. You can use it to manage your sales, your expenditure. If you are selling products, you can use it to manage stock, your inventory. You can use it to send receipts to your customers. You don't have to do the handwritten receipts. We have a product called Sacco. As the name goes, it is meant for SACCOs, or say, for example, chamas, any table banking, any meeting of guys that have decided to save money and maybe lend this money. We have that software for them. We also have a product called Loanist. It is meant for lending institutions. Basically, an organization can use to manage its loans to customers, the payments for those loans, the credit score for a certain borrower. It basically computerizes most operations of such an institution. So we do custom software development. If your problem is not within those existing solutions, we can customize a very good piece for you. It doesn't matter what you want it to do, we can develop it, as long as it is not a machine to make a million chapatis. A software to do that. And if you can think it, you just come talk to us. We help you fine-tune your requirements, then we give you the solution for that. So our office is in Machakos Town, Kamba Building, 3rd floor. You can always come there if you want to have a talk with us within those things I've said: printing, branding, software development, all that. If you need that, you can always visit our office or call this number, 0735 169 305.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for having this time with us here in Macha Connect show. Vintex has a very amazing software we call the Showman, where you can do business. You can keep books of accounts online. It's a point of sale. I'll give a description and a link to that software below this video. Make sure you click subscribe. Go get this software for your business. It will help you. It is very amazing. Thank you for having this good time with us. We appreciate you and we appreciate your time. Thank you.